we're on the 3 bodies of Buddha. And it's a great chapter to come after relative and absolute truths. All right. So who could say what Dharmakaya is?
Happiness.
Happiness.
Or the embodiment of happiness.
No, that's Sambodha.
Oh.
Kaya.
Oh.
The bliss body, yes. Okay, well, you define that one. That's Sambodha Kaya. So Dharmakaya then. Who wants?
That's the source of enlightenment.
The teachings, sure. Yep. All right. Let someone else try the Nirmanakaya.
Is that transformation?
Example of transformation. Usually transformation is considered the Dharmakaya. So the historical Buddha is usually what's first considered the Nirmanakaya. Right. So these are just ways of talking about, I suppose, ways of understanding practice. So, Dharmakaya is the teaching, essentially. Just like the word Dharma and Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. So it is a teaching, but it's also, just as many of you know, haven't taken a wake or hopefully heard me talk about it before, that Dharma, one of the roots of the word Dharma is Dharati, which means nature with a big N. Right? So it's, and also remember, Dharma can also mean the laws of nature. So, okay, Nirmanakaya is the phenomena body, or the phenomena experience, the phenomena that is in Dharmakaya. In nature, okay, I'll start out a different way. Okay, everyone look at me. Everyone look at my screen, okay? All right, I'm gonna call your name and you just name something you notice, okay? Oh, wait, hang on. Okay. All right, Ellen. There's no right or wrong. I'm just trying to make a point. Ellen.
Light and back.
Dan.
A lamp in the corner.
Okay. Kate.
A plant.
Okay. Ryogen.
Glasses.
Okay. Martin. You want to name something in my frame? You're muted, Shinsen.
Kansas.
The desk.
Okay. Okay, Shinsen.
Soft tones.
What?
Soft tones.
Tones?
Yeah.
Color.
Color.
I'm sorry?
Soft colors.
Oh, colors. Okay.
Yeah.
Katie.
A chimney.
Chimney. Okay. Peter.
TV.
TV. Oscar.
Angle of your head.
What angle? No, I'm just thinking. Okay. Sheila.
Looks like skylights.
Skylights. All right. Kazan.
Wood stove.
Huh?
Wood stove.
Oh, wood stove. Oh, you're asking a question somehow. Okay, Dennis, can you hear us? What?
I see white walls.
White walls. Okay, Uni.
Fading daylight.
Fading daylight. Okay. All right. So everything you name is Nirmanakaya for the most part. So it is phenomena, essentially. And so it's the form of that arises in nature. When we're talking about the three bodies of Buddha, then it is the phenomena that is Buddha. So Shakyamuni Buddha was a real person. So he was the physical manifestation of Dharmakaya. So his body is the Nirmanakaya body. When you hear about like the Dalai Lama, I don't know what number he is, but he's I think the 14th reincarnation of whatever lineage he's in, right? I should know, but I don't. So then he's considered he's the Nirmanakaya. He's taken the form of that lineage. Technically in Buddhism, each of us are also Nirmanakaya of the Buddha body. In Mahayanist terms, Theravada would go, no. But in Mahayanist term, we are also, because we already are Buddha. So we are the representation of the Dharmakaya happening. But the difference between us and an enlightened person is that, this is in the Buddhist cosmology, is that we arise, our Nirmanakaya arises due to our karmic habits, and we don't choose this life. It happens as a consequence. We just lost a Nirmanakaya, somebody just flipped off. Can't pull it up who it is right now, but they'll probably come back on. Oh yeah, Sheila, so yeah. So a Buddha, or a Bodhisattva actually, or Buddha, not an Arhat. Arhats choose not to come back. That's what makes an Arhat. They can stop the cycle of birth and death. We cannot, because we are not aware enough to be able to do that. Bodhisattva or Buddha chooses to come back to help us. That's the Mahayanist term, right? Okay. Or Buddha, there are talks about like how a Buddha can just arise. To do the teaching. There's a way to think, though, that therefore everything that arises is also Dharmakaya, or kind of Buddha. A cloud is a Buddha. A tree is a Buddha. A bell is a Buddha. It can be that way, because everything in the Dharmakaya is part of the expression of things itself. The problem with us is that we just see a lamp as a lamp. But some of you talked about today, right? Usually a butterfly is just a butterfly until you sit there and you go, ah. Then the butterflies, Sheila's coming back. Hi Sheila, your Nirmanakaya disappeared on us and now it's back. So welcome back. And I was just saying that we are Buddha. I don't know if you heard that part. So you've just arisen again as a Buddha for us. And that in fact, phenomena in essence has Buddha nature. That's where the koan, does a dog have Buddha nature? Answer is yes. Right? That everything has the essence of awakening because it arises. The problem is that we as limited beings are not aware that we are Buddha, or that you are Buddha, or that things are Buddhas. And so, but occasionally we do. Right? So I was just saying, like people talking about butterflies. right? I go on a walk that has a lot of butterflies, and sometimes I stop and really go and take a video, but sometimes I just walk by. But the butterflies themselves, as their existence, is Sambodhakaya or Sambhogakaya. I used to say da all the time. Sambhogakaya. So they, in essence, we are always endowed, or in our essence, there's also our bliss body. Each phenomena has its own bliss body, but mostly we just don't notice bliss body. It's up occasionally, right? Like it rained this morning, then it became really clear, but blustery. So I was out there having lunch, and I looked up, and the sky was so blue, and there's a huge, huge white cloud. And this area doesn't, I mean, often you see like some clouds, but big, those big clouds that just kind of fill the whole sky, doesn't happen in this area. I remember that's the only thing I miss about North Dakota, what's called big sky country, because they have huge clouds. So in that moment, I am aware of the bliss body of the cloud, but it wasn't like it didn't exist before I decided. And so we also, so this is why in Zen, we say, what's the expression, like carry water, chop wood, right? You make that sacred, and by making it sacred is when we're in awe, like, wow, this is life as it is. And we don't want it to be less or more, different, better, all the discrimination that we place on things. So on one level, though, what we also notice is mostly we just notice form, nirmanakaya. Most of you probably, when you name things off, maybe Shinsen and Martin, since they have been in this space a lot, right, has some bliss sense of something that they named off because they have a relationship to it. Maybe some of you, maybe had a bliss sense because the light was nice and bright. Does that make sense? But mostly we just go, oh, bell is for my use, clock is for my use, glass is for my use, and I'm not like blissed out by that. I'm not enthralled, I'm not appreciative of the full essence of the glass being a glass. That makes sense? Okay, what else do I want to say about it? So, on a certain level, so Nirmanakaya is the form body or the form realm of things. That's Nirmanakaya. The Dharmakaya is the teaching, or it's the absolute realm of things. And the bliss realm, so the Nirmanakaya is kind of the relative realm, and the Sambhogakaya is the essence of things realm, you could say. When we, in a way, and my saying is just going to ruin it, but in a way, it's when we notice something as endowed with relative and absolute, like that's when we go with things. Oh, butterfly transformation, like that's the bliss quality that we have imputed on it without a doubt. And it's a way that we experience the bliss body. Doesn't mean that's the only bliss body of the butterfly. Does that make sense? Okay, so now another way to put that, Nirmanakaya is the presence of things. In Nirmanakaya, things arise and they fall. They come into being and our problem is that everything comes and falls, right? Arises and falls, but we forget and we solidify. somebody comes on to the Zoom tonight and you already have idea of who they are because we solidify. But really, this is a new Ellen, a new Ben, a new Kazan, a new, Sheila has been new to us twice tonight already in a very, direct way. I mean, Sheila's new to us right? But we know Sheila is new to us. Her kala could just be a little bit different if you notice these kind of things or something, right? So it's the presence of things. So now when I say things arise and fall, that also could mean that it is born and dies, right? So it is a very phenomena, has a beginning and an end, right? For in the realm of time and as a way to experience, and of course on a certain level it doesn't die, arise, birth and death, and that would be its absolute form, which is in Dharmakaya. Emptiness means that things don't necessarily just have a beginning and end, right? It exists. It just exists. Right? The fullness, that's shunyata, which means emptiness, which is one way to put it is the possibility of things. That's what I like to think of it. But it actually means the fullness of things, that everything is included. And then the Sambhoga Kaya is the meaning we give to things. When we experience its essence on a certain level, it's a nirmanakaya because it's our sense of things. But at the same time, it's we as an experiencer of Sambhoga Kaya, it's in a way what we impute or imbue it with as essence. Butterfly in many culture is transformation, right? Somebody, the pictures have changed, but somebody put I think for uni, right? A little celebratory thing, right? So that's like a little bliss expression that we put on uni starting a job and is happy about it, right? So the meaning, the appreciation, the essence of things, right? The happiness of things, the quality of things. Again, how we identify the quality on a certain level is our nirmanakaya of it. Yet at the same time, it's also the Sambhoga Kaya. Because things' essence is not just what we think they are. So that's important. Is that clear? Okay. So in a way, is there a way that we practice where, it's like when you go on a retreat. I think I've told this story before because it gives you the essence of Sambhoga Kaya. So for those who've been at Tassajara, the Zendo, right, in the back of the Zendo, there's a garden. It's called the upper garden. And in the spring, usually before work practice, but if you're before the guest season starts, but if you're there early enough, the calla lilies are blooming. That's a spring thing. Now, most of us, when I say calla lily, what is your nirmanakaya representation of one? Probably a white one. You guys know what calla lilies are, right? They're white, green. However, there's a purple one, right? Calla lily varietal, but they smell like, this is what they say, and it's true, smell like a dead horse. They do not smell good. Beautiful looking, but they do not smell good. Oh, there, look at that. Who's that? Look at the calla lily right there. See, notice there are very few cut flowers or whatever of calla lilies that are purple because they smell bad. Or representation. However, one sesshin, right, which is the retreat. Thank you, Kazan. Perfect. One sesshin in the spring during walking meditation and the sun had just come out, because at Tassajara, not used to anyway, rain a lot in the winter, right? Get the majority of rain in the winter. We were all out there and we were all just like staring at these horse calla lily, right? And they were just amazing to us. Didn't matter that they smell bad. They were just like, wow, beautiful calla lily. So on a certain level, we practice so that we notice things' essence. We appreciate ourselves, we appreciate our effort, we appreciate phenomena. Your emotion is a phenomena. Your thoughts are phenomena. What you do is phenomena, or the expression of phenomena. So this is how we can think about, oh, if I just, how on a certain level we practice to remember that there's more than what we are aware of. So that would be which kaya? Do you think when you try to remember that it's more than what you think it is? Dharma kaya, because there's more possibility than my limited sense of it. Right? We also can know that this is the representation of it, so the current one, so that's the Nirmanakaya. And then when we're appreciative, or when we're paying attention, when we're as aware as we can of it, then that's the Sambodhakaya. Sambodhakaya. So even in the meditation, I try to give you that sense. Noting is what? Come on, you know it. Nirmanakaya, because you're labeling it, you're identifying it. Then there was a sense of, oh, what is your experience of it? That's a lot. Sambhogakaya is a little bit harder because we just kind of flip through that. We have moments, like honestly, you all saying you're great about spring, but probably most of the day that was nano part of your day. Probably the rest of your day was drinking coffee or tea without really noticing. Maybe that first sip was like, ah, yeah. And then you felt it waking you, the essence of it, right? But then after that, I was just like, I'm just drinking coffee as I'm reading the paper, getting on my computer or whatever, right? So, and then what is in between, we also don't notice, like Oscar saying this, the shape of my head, that's a different sense than what people would say. It's, I think it's the angle of my head. So I don't know. So obviously I'm really stuck on, this is where we can suffer when we get stuck on the Nirmanakaya. What do you mean the angle of my head, right? So I know. Oh, as I held it, somehow I was thinking, what is it? Square? Is it whatever? I know. It's just so funny, isn't it? So this is where we can get caught in the Nirmanakaya. Instead of appreciating the expression that someone sees of us. Now, so it's good to have this lightness and the willingness to include the Dharmakaya by saying, more, I was kind of doing it sideways, but I could say, well, Oscar, what do you mean the angle of my head? And then you just went like this. So it's really the angle, not that my head is square. Not that anything's wrong with a square head, but somehow, my sense of a head shouldn't be square. It could be these angles for that matter, right? So in the meditation one, what else is there would be, on a certain level, everything else that's here, besides the things you name, including space, right? Or another way to think of it is when I talk about the cloud in the sky, the Nirmanakaya is, for me, is the cloud. Sambhogakaya is my wow, what a beautiful cloud. And the sky is the Dharmakaya, because a cloud includes everything, or the sky, the sky includes everything. This is why when we do big sky meditation or shikantaza, we're actually trying to open ourselves up to the absolute, the expression of all things as it arises, as it is, not how I think it should be. But the problem, of course, is not how I want it to be over and over and over. It might feel good to go, oh, okay. It's okay if it arises, but then when it, goes too long or it's not the way you think it is, then you start to solidify around how you want the Nirmanakaya to be. Does that make sense? All right. That's my pithy little thing about it. Should we read some things? Or is there any question or comments? Ben.
I might have missed it, but did you say something that it is between noting and experience, or between Nirmanakaya and Sambhogakaya?
Well, when I did it in the meditation, I was trying to get you all to have a sense of Dharmakaya by that. I mean, to be perfectly honest, I just made up the meditation as a way to try to give you guys a sense of that. So what else is there that you didn't because the problem with experience is there's still an I, which means a limited experience of experience. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So that, which doesn't make it bad. It just means it's my Sambhogakaya, or my experience of Sambhogakaya of that moment. But if it's your sensation and all that, that's okay. What we practice is we also, and then this works in noting, in the whole noting thing. That's why remember the step, for lack of a better word, and I do teach it as kind of like a step at first in noting practice, in which you open up and you just allow things to inform you of the label. That's a way of opening ourselves to Dharmakaya, to things revealing themselves to us, as opposed to us fixing, solidifying what things are. But we do it. It's not wrong to do it. It's just, this is why we practice, not to say, well, I didn't see that. It's to say, oh, what else is here? Or can you say some more about that? Because this is my idea of it. Or, to ask people, as opposed to making assumption we know what they mean or who they are or whatever. So in the meditation, kind of try to get you to notice what else is there. Kind of notice the background without saying the background.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I was maybe, instead of being open to everything that could arise, I was getting stuck on feelings, because I would experience something and it would generate something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's the thing. That's why I did the 6 sense doors first, because for many of us, the problem is when a thought or a feeling arise, then it takes us into a Nirmanakaya loop. Call your story. Right?
For sure.
Yeah. Because then we don't allow for what's happening to inform us.
That's what was happening.
Yeah. And that's why we practice just kind of trying to open up. So even when you rest in your experience, like when I notice whatever I noted, if I could just then feel the experience, it wasn't always blissful, but at the same time, there's a sense of opening up and relaxing into it. Like my sense of opening to Dharmakaya for me, and even some Sambhogakaya, by that to feel the essence first is, to me, is relaxing. And that's me, you know. For some of you it might be letting go. Some of you it might be, I don't know, opening up. I don't know what it is. But when I say rest or relax, that's usually what I'm trying to give you a sense of, or ease.
Mm.
Question, comments? I see some wheels turning, I think. All right, should we take the route like last week, or should we do reading? Should I just ask you?
Read.
All right, everyone close your eyes. Feel into the essence and close your eyes this way you don't just be as aware as you can. And then when I call your name, just tell me a quality that you're experiencing. A quality that you're experiencing. A quality that you're experiencing. Okay. Sorry, somebody couldn't hear. That's all. Okay, here we go. Close your eyes. Okay, everyone unmute. Yeah, so you don't have to lean forward and unmute. Thank you. I saw someone's movement. So, okay. All right. Sheila.
Grounded.
I'm sorry?
Grounded.
Grounded. Okay, thank you. Dennis. Oh, it's not working again. Sorry, Dennis. Okay, you type in, I'll read it. All right. Keizen.
Cool.
Uni.
Spacious.
Oscar.
Reflections.
Okay, Dennis had presence. Peter.
Tightness.
Katie.
Confusion.
Martin.
That's it.
Okay, Shinsen.
Stillness.
Ryugen.
Relief.
Kate.
Warm hands.
Warm, I accept. Hand is a Nirmanakaya. You want to try again?
Warmth.
Okay. Here. Ben.
Curiosity.
Okay. Ellen.
Ease.
Huh?
Ease.
Oh, heat.
No, ease. Like,
Oh, ease. Sorry. It's hard to say.
yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. Okay, let's just try it again. Now you tell us, let's follow up like Kate. Tell us a Nirmanakaya and then your experience of it. So you can open your eyes now if you want. If that way you can see something and then say something if you want. Or you can just do it, because you have mental phenomena too. So, okay, now it's going to be random. Uni.
Smooth table.
Hmm?
A smooth table.
Smooth table. Okay. So are you touching the table?
Yeah, I'm sitting at a table.
Oh, okay. All right. Sorry. Just making sure it wasn't like the thought of smoothness. Okay. Which could be a quality. Yep. All right. Shinsen.
Bubbling seltzer water sound.
Real good.
Sore throat.
Dennis.
Soft light.
Soft light. Okay. Oscar.
Complicated edges of shadows.
Complicated edges. Okay, I'll
Just
accept.
like shadows that are.
Oh, okay. Complex. Okay. All right. Thank you. Peter.
Smell of garlic.
Kate.
My heater blower. And it's
Fan.
kind of, it's like, it's a little bit of a hum, a little annoying hum.
Okay. Ellen.
Soft cushion.
Katie.
Rabbits chewing hay.
What's the essence?
The essence is, I was gonna say cuteness, but that is not.
Like the sound? You're describing the sound?
Yes, the sound is chewing.
Okay. Ben.
Sound of the traffic going by.
Martin, do you want to try or not?
No.
Good answer, but that was direct. I think I got everyone, right? Sheila, I got you first, didn't I?
No.
Oh, not this time? Okay, this
Yeah. Lower back pain.
Oh,
Hmm.
okay. Kaizen, I got you, right? I think I got everyone. Okay.
Bumpy finger.
All right. All right. I think that's good. Let's see. Do we want to read any? I think he said it's a good chapter. I would read it. But I think having some sense of it is better. All right. Anyone else want to say anything about this?
It was hard to understand in the book, but so this helped. I couldn't get it. I kept going around.
Yeah, I think that's in part why I was trying to think of describing things so that we can kind of, on a certain level, you could say Nirmanakaya is I, Dharmakaya is all beings, and Sambhogakaya is our connection when we know it or when we feel it, which is always there, but is not always possible to feel. Now, with all beings, with all things, with all phenomena, which, by the way, is our emotions and thoughts. So this is why, on a certain level, we practice to cultivate what is the quality of our awareness and how do we relate to things and beings. Because on a certain level, the Sambhogakaya is the lifing. Right? The Dharmakaya is life, as in the life force, but how we lifing is Sambhogakaya. And your life and my life is Nirmanakaya. A dog's life, a cat's life, a flower's life, a butterfly's life, a cloud life, a bell life. That's Nirmanakaya. All right. So Buddhas. All this is available to you in any nanosecond. So in a way, we practice not just to be aware of it, but what is the quality of awareness? That's why we have precepts. How do we relate? What are the values that lead us to relate in a way that builds reverence and awe and appreciation not just for the butterfly's life, but our own life, our own emotions, our own thoughts, our friends' emotions and their thought, our partners, our parents, our people, like value beings, essence also. And let them describe their essence to us.